Nope, I have not died or anything like that. I have just been busy with other things in my life. I haven't been making YouTube videos. Hasn't been as profitable for me lately, and it takes a lot of time. I am planning on working on this today. This is my oldest angle grinder. As you can see, the handles are much shorter than the newer angle grinders, at least from Harbor Freight, and I think these handles are closer to what other brands are using as far as the size goes. When they were all this size, this angle grinder rack was great. Everything fit on here just fine. But with these increased handle sizes, you can see that these are all hitting each other, and I've worked around it over the years, but I thought about going ahead and just recreating this. I'll make the file available down in the description below. You're welcome to download it for free. Just ask you to just go ahead and share and like my video if you appreciate this kind of thing. And if you don't have a CNC machine, you can still take that file and the PDF and print it out if you'd like, and use it as a template for your own. You don't have to have a CNC machine to make these. It will just take you longer if you have to use like an angle grinder and a drill, of course, or a jigsaw or whatever you're going to use to create it. It's definitely much easier with the CNC machine, but I hope it helps. Okay, here's my experimental part. It can be flipped one way or the other. You just have to figure out which way you want it bent. Originally I was building it so that when this hooked in here, the cord would hang under this area, under the handle. But to try to make this compact, I had to shrink it up, and it ends up running into the handle. So in order to get this to work, I'm going to put the cord on the other side of the handle. All you have to do is flip it around. I got to take the draw saw off of this, and then just bend these at this location and this location, and then this will bend out the opposite way. So it is interchangeable, which I think is kind of cool. But we'll see how it goes, if it works. I bent it the wrong way. Darn it. That's funny. Sort of. I don't know if that's the angle I like it at, but I'm just experimenting right now. I have these mounting holes back here. You want to use 2 of them. Ideally, you'll probably hit a stud with this one, and then you can use another screw on one of the other ones just to keep it from twisting. It's a little cold in here, so this cord is not super flexible. I think this can definitely be shorter. I think I'll build a version 3, make that shorter. Now that hyperextended a little bit because I didn't have quite enough room, so I'm just gonna bend that back by hand. See if I can get this in frame. There we go. There. So I bent it a little bit. Well, what happened is I bent it too far. With these relief cuts, though, you can easily bend it back. And if you're worried about these being weak points, which I don't think they will be, you can always tack a weld on them after to set it. Try anchor now. Now, I did set it up so that I had some holes, plasma cut holes, 4 of them, 2 vertically and 2 horizontally. That way you could try to use those. You need at least 2 to keep it from rotating. So I try to find a stud, but if you can't find a stud, then you can use those anchors however you need them to anchor them into the wall, like just get a wall anchor or something. Anyway, so I have to drill these holes manually because on this set that I cut out, which I don't want to waste, I forgot to put the holes in. So I'll finish that on the CNC machine though with my next rendition. So I have no studs there, so I'm going to have to actually use wall anchors. Alright, here's 2 of the new angle grinder holders. Here's the one with its own arm that holds the cord. And then here's the new one with the cord wrapped up on the bottom section. And it's narrow. And then I put this on here, and this actually leans in against that face and holds this in. So out of the 2, which do I like the best? I like the narrow one. It's a little more universal. Like if I were to put this one up here, yes, it would fit, but this thing can snag some stuff. I don't know. This just seems like a better setup to me overall. So I think I'll go with that in the future, but I have 2 more to hang up. Actually, I have 3 of them down there. And maybe I'll hang all 3. These actually fit better when there's a guard on it. This one rocks a little bit, but it holds it just fine. This is one of the plasma cut ones. You can see I've got the 4 holes there that I talked about. And so I've got my template right now. Ha! And it works perfect for hanging my welding helmet on too. I really need to organize my garage. This is a step in the right direction though. You'll have to excuse the poor lighting. This is just to summarize what I've done. I removed the one rack that was up here. I always had to reach over the shelf to reach those grinders over there. It's been kind of a pain. So my goal was to move everything over this way. And while it doesn't look very symmetric or anything, I'm taking up wall space that I never used before, and all the grinders are easy to reach. Again, out of this grinder holder and these other grinder holders, I prefer the small one. I think it's going to do better in the long run. And I'm hanging my welding helmet off of one. Not that it was built for that, but I had an extra one for now. And maybe I'll fill it later with a cupped wire wheel grinder or something like that. So anyway, there it is. If you want to download the files, look in the description. Thanks for watching.